Alright, random video. Haven't recorded in a while, so I figured need to record. I'm trying to come up with video ideas. It's rough, bro. I'm gonna do the Harder They Fall review. I'm also gonna do another review for Shutter Island. Just saw it for the first time recently. Gotta talk about that movie, but I don't really feel like talking about that necessarily tonight, so I'll do something else. We just finished whatever you want to call the first 8 episodes, the first season, the first part, first third of The Walking Dead season 11. Now, I watch a lot of Angry Joe, and I like his review system on scales of 10. I think 10 is the best. And 5 for me is average. 7 is good. 3 is bad. So, just putting that out there so I have a basis. I'll say that in every review, but just so there's a basis on what I'm reviewing and scoring, etc. So, the harder, actually, give me 1 second. Okay, my apologies. The Harder They Fall, right? The Harder They Fall. I'm tripping. Walking Dead. Walking Dead is a series that I love a lot. I really love Walking Dead as a series. A lot of people say it became trash. I disagree. I think up through season 7, amazing. Goated. Walking goat. Season 8 is a bit of a, it's not bad. I'd still give it like maybe a 7 to an 8, but in comparison to previous seasons, it's not as good as it could have been. But then I think season 9 is a big improvement. It's very refreshing after the lengthy time we spent in the Negan saga, which I'll probably make whole videos about that. My channel's going to be all over the place at first because I have a whole lot of different stuff I want to talk about. I wanted to do a Kingdom Hearts video, but I just don't have any ideas right now. If any of you watch my videos, comment on what you think I should talk about with Kingdom Hearts or anything. I'll make a video about it. And then season 10 I thought was great as well. So coming into season 11, it's the final season. I'm already knowing from the little bits I know about the comic, I try to avoid it because I've been spoiled so many times. I believe we're past the comic. After the Whispers saga or arc or whatever, I want to say the comic ended soon after that, or like right after that. So I believe the show is now kind of making up its own story, its own stuff, I think. It definitely feels like it. It's far less creative than what we've seen in the past seasons. The Stormtroopers and the Commonwealth and the Pope. I mean, like, by far some of the weakest story elements in the series. Like, definitely, like, it's up there with like season 1 weakness. Like, it's bad to me. This season was bad. It was boring. A lot of the characters I feel like got no screen time, even though most of the season was focused on them. It felt like nothing ever got started, like nothing happened. Season 9, season 10, I swear the pacing was so good. I'm like, bro, things are really happening. The drama, I was enthralled in it. Season 11, it starts, and then you're just kind of there, like it's still starting for 8 episodes. Like, okay, things need to happen. I need some tying together, some moments, something. Nothing is happening. So let's just get into it. I'm going to start off with the Pope. No, I'm going to say that. I'm going to start off with the Commonwealth. That storyline, I think, I don't know what they're trying to do with it, but they're dragging it for me. Nothing has happened in 8 episodes. Nothing has happened in the Commonwealth other than now they have to kill zombies, and Eugene just punched the governor's daughter son in the face. In the span of 8 episodes, that's all we could accomplish. We've done more. I don't mean the pacing needs to be like every single episode, something crazy has to happen. But I would like for something to happen. Like for the plot to advance. It literally felt like it was pure setup forever. They were dragging the setup. Dragging the fuck out of that setup, bro. You couldn't have dragged the setup no more. The whole season was setup. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. So then you have I don't even feel like really getting deeply into that because it felt so pointless. My biggest thing with this season is this is the final season, right? We need to go out with a bang. If we didn't end with Negan, which I think was still the best place to end, if we didn't end with the Whispers, which is where it ends in the comic, I believe, why are we dragging it for an extra season if this is all we're going to do? And my fear with the Commonwealth is that we just have a governor redo. That's my fear. Is it's just going to be corrupt governor of a nice looking civilization, which is literally just governor all over again, but probably worse. And then the Pope, let's get to the Pope now. The Pope was just Negan, but worse. Negan spouted almost the same lines as the Pope, but better written. The Pope's, I don't know if it was the acting. I don't want to say the actor's bad actor, but I was not sold by the Pope at all, which I understand he's not the main villain. I thought it was going to be, he's not. But still, for 8 episodes, you got me keeping up with this Pope guy, and I don't care. I don't care. He's not menacing. He has no personality. I felt no urgency in the plot. That's what killed me about this season. There was a complete lack of urgency. Typically, there's something going on. Even at the end of season 10, there was no urgency, but I like that because I'm like, okay, we're taking a breath after the Whispers, and now we're setting up for what's going to be going on in season 11. Just for season 11 to start and still be setting up. What are we setting up? What is so complex that it took 8 more episodes to set this up? Nothing. They just dragged it. The Pope was very weak. The whole concept of the Pope was pretty weak. It was a group of like 15 people that I'm supposed to be scared of. I guess because they're military soldiers trained as if we haven't gone to war with Walkers and Negan and the governor. Come on. I'm supposed to be scared of them, really? The Pope was just very boring. I never felt anything when he was on screen. He was giving speeches. I'm like, this is just Negan rehashing, but far worse. Because Negan already did the whole God spiel. We are Negan. That was his whole thing, is he's God, basically. They're all him. The Pope was doing the same God spiel, but it was so like, you must believe in God. Like, it wasn't, it didn't hit the same. It wasn't really, like, I don't even know how to say it. It just, it felt very pointless. Very much like they couldn't figure out what they wanted to do. The writing in this season, the character writing was just bad. Maggie was like the most contradictory, hypocrite character ever. She's pissed off at Negan because he did things ruthlessly, but then is telling her own teammate, I broke into this house and killed this whole group of innocent people because I needed their food, and I felt no remorse. But then she's saying, we can't leave you behind. You just told this man You felt no remorse for killing a family. Now you're telling the same person, oh no, we can't leave you. You told him you don't care at all. Now you care? She's mad at Negan because he didn't care. But she's the same way. Like, what's the difference between them? There is, I don't know if that was the point, and the point was that eventually she's going to realize that she's a hypocrite. Maybe that's the point of this arc that she's going through. But right now, just from the little bit that I've seen, I don't think that's the point. I think her writing genuinely wanted her to be like that. And it, like, not for there to be a realization, but just for it to be that way. It doesn't make sense. We're saying Negan's a bad guy for this, but Maggie's a good guy for it? What? I don't even like Maggie at this point. I absolutely hate Maggie. I'd actually love if the final villain was Maggie. That would be so good. That would be so good. Because that's the best option they have left. Making one of the good guys the final villain. That would be amazing. Or Negan again. I'd honestly take Negan. Negan's probably my favorite character at this point. Him and Daryl and Carol. So I wouldn't mind seeing him back in his bombastic craziness. But I like the new Negan also. So I'm not too bent either way. I just feel like the character writing this season was all over the place. The only solid character really was Negan. And I think he's been solid since his introduction. He's had like some of the best writing. So we saw none of the other, like Gabe didn't really do anything. He's one of my favorite characters now. He did nothing. Felt like a background character. The new Rick Grimes, I call him Vanilla. I don't remember his name. Ethan, the dude who lost his arm. I call him Vanilla just because for a while he was a very vanilla character. He was very bland. But then he became cool after he lost his arm and he got the beard. Now he's like Grizzly. Background character. Wasn't doing anything this season. Same thing with Carol. Wasn't doing anything. Jerry wasn't doing anything. It felt like a lot of the characters that in season 10, 9, and 10, I was like, wow, I'm really liking these characters. Because this season never got started, I felt like they did nothing. Even the characters that were on screen, like Maggie. We saw so much Maggie, but I felt like we didn't see any. Same thing with Daryl. I'm like, there's plenty of Daryl, but I still felt like we saw no Daryl. And I'm going to be honest, at this point, we are sorely missing Rick and Michonne. Rick's not even my favorite character. It was Glenn. It was surprisingly Glenn, and now it's Negan. Surprisingly, right? It was Glenn, who was killed by now my other favorite character, Negan. Those are probably my top two. Along with Daryl's up there, and then Rick's definitely up there as well. In the upper echelon of the characters. But Rick's presence and his leadership is lacking after he left. Season 10, they found a good way to make it work without Rick. Now, where we are, now I'm starting to question. I'm like, look, we need a return of Rick. Maybe the actor could come back. Some big return moment. I'd love for him to come finish out the show. I've heard they're making Rick movies. I hope those haven't fell through because I need a conclusion to Rick. I need it, bro. He's just badass. I need to see what's going on with Rick. And Michonne. Michonne went after him, so I need to see Michonne doing something too. I know she in Marvel. I'm glad, but still, I need Michonne. I need some closure with that. So, I'd love for Rick to come back. We're sorely missing Rick and Michonne right now. There's a lack of of tentpole characters, and it feels like a bunch of side characters doing side stories that have no correlation. It's like, what was even the point if we're just gonna be running around doing nothing? The Deaf Girl, who's actually one of my new favorite characters. After season 10, I was like, wow, I actually really like her character. She had the best part in this whole season, which was that, like, haunted house, with the I don't want to say crackheads, but, like, the crazy people, the insane people running around. Outlast. She had the Outlast level, right? Best part of the season, I'm going to be honest. But it was so, like, random. Like, I don't even know how they got out there. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention. When I saw them just running through the woods, I'm like, why are they running through the woods? With no equipment. Like, what's happening? Did I miss something? Maybe I did. That might be my fault. but I couldn't remember. So though that was probably the best part of the season, it felt so disconnected and like random. Like, what was even the point of that? Which there are definitely moments of that throughout the series, but like, this is the last season. I need events. I need purpose. I like conclusion. I need characters to really be. We only have so much time left. Can't just be lollygagging forever. We only got so much time, and I want to see things happen. So hopefully things pick up. This is a longer video. I really wanted to get more into stuff, but as I sit here, I'm kind of blanking. Is there really anything else major? I got on the Pope. I hate the Pope. No disrespect to the actor, but just the writing of the Pope, I think it could have been delivered a little bit better. Even when he tried to get loud, it felt forced. I don't know. The Commonwealth was just terrible so far. Hopefully that gets better with the Stormtroopers and Peacekeepers, whatever they are. Look like Hunger Games and Star Wars all at once. Honestly, nothing happened. Daryl was Daryl this season. I expect better. I expect more from Walking Dead. We got 16 episodes left. Apparently, it's going to be a 24 episode season. So I was being harsher on it before because I thought it was only a 16 episode season. I'm like, there's no way we're wrapping all of this up in 8 more episodes. They've done so much setup with nothing that they have to then introduce and end and wrap up the series in 8 episodes. But it's 24, so okay. We have 16 more episodes. I think they have plenty of time. Hopefully the pacing is better and the plot is more interesting in those second and third parts of the season. Right now, I'm going to give these first 8 episodes a 4 out of 10. Bad. Did not like it. Below average. Did not like it. Boring. Uneventful. Unimaginative. Bland. Giving it a 4 out of 10, bruh. I'ma holla at y'all. Peace, man.